How's it going, guys, and welcome to this prediction video. Now this one is part 2 of this weekend's Manchester versus Merseyside clashes, and this one focuses on the clash taking place at Anfield on Sunday the 10th of March as Liverpool host Manchester City in the English Premier League. Before we go any further, guys, please, if you enjoy the content, do consider leaving behind a like. Consider maybe even subscribing to the channel, and please, we do want to hear your thoughts, so leave them down in the comment section below, but do be civil about it. And without any further ado, let's get straight into this one. The last time Manchester City and Liverpool went head to head, it was a heated clash that took place on the 25th of November. City defending their Premier League crown while Liverpool were trying to put their name in the hat for Premier League contention for this season. Things started off very well for the host side when in the 27th minute Nathan Ake just drifts through Liverpool's midfield and plays Erling Haaland in behind the defense, and of course Haaland is going to make no mistake when he's one-on-one with Alisson. 1-0 to Manchester City. City had multiple chances after that throughout the match but just could not cement their lead, and they were punished for it when in the 80th minute Trent Alexander-Arnold is played through in Manchester City's box, and he finds a finish through all of the bodies surrounding him and just manages to put it past Edison to make it 1-1. The points ended up being split between the two sides on the day at the Etihad. Manchester City probably feeling as though they should have gotten more, but Liverpool very grateful to come home with at least a point from the defending champions. We start off our team analysis with Liverpool. The last 5 matches for Jurgen Klopp's Reds have ended in 5 wins. It's been a clean sweep for Jurgen Klopp's juggernaut right now. And I think everybody will just be so excited to see the return of Egyptian winger Mohamed Salah. With 19 goals and 9 assists, Mohamed Salah is still the top goal scorer at Liverpool, but he's been missing for the last few weeks due to an injury that he picked up at the Africa Cup of Nations while on duty with Egypt. Everybody will be very excited to see Salah back in action, though Liverpool have shown that even without their Egyptian dream, they can still pull off some very good results. Those good results obviously I think are owed quite a bit to Darwin Núñez. With 16 goals and 11 assists, the Uruguayan has proven that he can actually play now with Mohamed Salah, but he can also take up the mantle when it is necessary to operate without the Egyptian forward. I think Darwin Núñez has a very important role to play here because unlike Salah, I think Darwin Núñez plays players in as well. So he's looking for goals and assists. But I think in Salah's absence, we saw a different kind of Darwin Núñez. We saw a Darwin Núñez who's ready to finish from any angle. But I think now with that stress and that pressure off his shoulders, I think we're going to see him playing a little bit more freely now. And finally, I want to talk Trent Alexander-Arnold with 2 goals and 9 assists. Of course, one of those goals was at the Etihad earlier this season, so we know that Trent can score goals. Those incredible assists as well shows that he can play players in when it's necessary. I think Trent does come under fire sometimes for perhaps not performing his defensive duties, but when you look at how much he gives Liverpool going forward, it's understandable that the mentality is more to overwhelm the opposition as opposed to shut them out. Next up, we look at the away side here. For Manchester City, the last 5 matches have also ended in 5 wins, so they too come into this one on a clean sweep. Pep Guardiola's citizens owe many of their good results this season to one Erling Haaland. With 29 goals and 6 assists, I think it's obvious for everybody to see that Haaland is just there to score goals. There's been a lot of talk about how Haaland doesn't really play with the rest of the players during the match, and he just, as soon as he gets the ball at his feet, is looking to score goals. But I don't think it matters. I think that's exactly why Pep Guardiola went out and acquired the services of Erling Haaland for Manchester City. Because Guardiola knows he's got more than enough creative force in the team, he just needs the end product. And speaking of creative force, everybody is excited now that Kevin De Bruyne is back as well with 2 goals and 11 assists. The Belgian attacking playmaker was out for large parts of the season due to, I think it was hamstring surgery. But he's back, he's looking fantastic. The chemistry between De Bruyne and Haaland is something wondrous to behold. And you can see that Manchester City are back to their best with him in the squad. They no longer look like a team that is going to get draws or get unfortunate losses. Now they look like a team that can grind out results once again. And finally, I want to talk about a bit of stability in the midfield in Rodri with 7 goals and 7 assists. I think just talking about Rodri in terms of his defensive abilities is doing him a great disservice. Those 7 goals and 7 assists show that Rodri can step up and get goals like he did for Manchester City in the Champions League last season against Inter Milan when it is necessary. But Rodri also provides a bit of composure in Manchester City's midfield. I think he had to step up when De Bruyne was out. But now that De Bruyne is back, it gives Rodri that license to just sort of drift in from deep when it's necessary. But it also puts him back in his defensive role. I think that's a role he's more comfortable with. And I think it's going to be a very, very important role against this Liverpool team that will be looking to attack very, very quickly. So Rodri's job will be just to break down those attacks and keep Manchester City solid in the centre of the park. Okay, and now it's on to the S3M2 Verdict and the head-to-head. The last 5 fixtures between Manchester City and Liverpool have resulted in 2 wins for City, 2 wins for Liverpool and a single draw between the two sides. So once again, this is a very finely poised fixture that is split right down the middle. There are so many similarities between these two sides right now, with just a single point separating them on the league table. Liverpool at the summit of the table in first position with 63 points, while Manchester City in second spot with 62 points. So that just shows you how closely matched these two sides are. You look at the head-to-head record where it's really just split down the middle. I think another interesting statistic is the fact that when you look at the goals that these teams have scored in their last 5 fixtures, Liverpool have scored 14 and Manchester City have scored 14. But when you look at how many goals have been conceded, Liverpool have only conceded 2, while City have conceded 4. But you can see in terms of their approach to the game, both sides are looking to attack, they're looking to get at each other. City have this kind of glass cannon mentality where it's all or nothing. We score, we concede, we just score again. It's a really attractive football to watch from both sides. Liverpool split-second counter-attacks before teams even realize they've lost the ball. They're picking it out from the back of the net. I think in this fixture in particular, there is another glaring statistic, and that is that the draw that took place between these two sides took place at the Etihad. But the matches that were won were played at the winning team's home ground. So the 2 that City won were played at the Etihad, and the 2 that Liverpool won were played at Anfield. And then you remember that this match is being played at Anfield as well. So Liverpool being at the top of the table, now already having the momentum coming into this game because of that statistic home ground advantage, I think mentally Liverpool have a bit of an edge here. But that can also be coupled with the duality when you look at the fact that Liverpool had to play in the Europa League on Thursday night. Manchester City had to play in the Champions League on Wednesday night, meaning theoretically Liverpool have had less time to rest because they have 24 hours less before they play their next match. So City should be coming into this one being a fresher team. I think also the return of 2 very important players for both of these teams will play a very, very big role. The return of Mohamed Salah, who played a little bit in the Europa League match, I think that is something that Liverpool fans are very, very excited for. But I think Manchester City fans are also taking extra confidence looking now at how the team is performing since the return of Kevin De Bruyne. I think Manchester City are looking like, once again, they're back to their best. They're churning out results. They're getting some insane scorelines. So are Liverpool. But the difference is Liverpool are doing it without Mohamed Salah. Which kind of begs the question, bringing Mohamed Salah back into the team, is that actually going to do a disservice to Liverpool? Is it going to switch them back into that old mentality of give the ball to Mohamed Salah and just let him do his thing? I think that could be a double-edged sword for the Reds coming into this one. I think the citizens, on the other hand, will be a little bit more concerned because now they know in Mohamed Salah, they have a player who can just individually take on the entire defense, but who does actually have a bit of a greedy streak in him, which is something you want in your striker. I think this one is very, very difficult to call. I think both sides score. Specifically, I think Liverpool score here because, again, if we look at the last 5 meetings between these two sides, Manchester City have not kept any clean sheets, so I do think Liverpool score here. But I also think Manchester City score here, so I don't think Liverpool keep a clean sheet in this one. I think this may perhaps just look like I'm sitting on the fence here, but I do think this one ends in a draw. I think Anfield is a fortress right now, but I think that extra day of rest, and I think also Liverpool bringing Mohamed Salah back in is actually going to count against them. I think Liverpool without Salah were a completely unpredictable team, whereas with Salah, you know more or less what they're intending to do, and I think that's going to count against them here. So I'm going to go for a draw between these two teams. Maybe a 1-1 or a 2-2, but I do think that the points will be split this weekend at Anfield. Hi, thank you for making it to the end of this video. We really appreciate the watch time and the fact that you took some time out of your day to spend it with us talking about the sport that we all love. If you enjoyed the content, why not, drop a like down below or comment in the comment section. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. And I mean, while you are here right now, have a look at some of our old videos too. They should be appearing on the screen right now, along with that subscribe button. So you know exactly what to do. Thank you so much. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And have a great day out there. And we hope to see you again very, very soon. Thanks. Stay safe.